heaven?
No. It's Iowa.
Welcome to the podcast. I love you. Welcome to the podcast. I love you. Welcome to the podcast. I love you.
I went to law school here at Costco.
You went to law school at Costco?
Yeah, my dad had to pull some strings, but he's an alum.
You guys, a pimp's love is different from that of a square.
How was that?
Just keep pimping.
Upgrade. All right, we're talking Idiocracy this week on the Pot of Dreams.
At the dawn of the 21st century, the Army began a top-secret experiment.
Meet Joe Bowers, our first subject for the human hibernation experiment. As you know, this is highly classified. However, if successful, we believe humans can be stored indefinitely.
However, the trial run was prone to human error.
See you in a year.
And Joe slept slightly longer than expected. Half a millennium, to be exact. From Mike Judge, creator of Office Space and Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my God!
If you were the smartest person in the world...
This goes in your mouth. This one goes in your butt. Hang on a second. This one goes in your mouth.
And we're stuck with the dumbest people in history.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
2?
What would you do?
Excuse me, I'm actually supposed to be getting out of prison.
You're in the wrong line.
I'm the smartest guy in the world? Says who?
The IQ test you took in prison. You got the highest score in history.
Even smarter than President Camacho.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of America!
In the year 2505,
You got this guy. He's gonna fix everything. So you smart, huh?
the ordinary will be considered extraordinary.
I thought your head would be bigger.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
Welcome to the Pot of Dreams. I'm Kevin, your host for this evening. I'm joined with Eric and Ben. Eric, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm just going to Starbucks to get a hand job.
How do you know they're listening to this in the evening, man? How can you know? How do you know that people are listening at night? Man?
That's a very good point. A little behind the curtain. It's the evening right now when we're recording, but yes, they can be listening at any time.
Yeah, I want to make sure people feel I don't want them to think they have to listen in the evening. So I was just really, really worried about that.
Don't turn it off if it's like the morning.
And don't be confused. I mean, some people have 24-hour blindness, night-day blindness.
Oh, okay.
So smell blind? It's a derivative of being smell blind?
Yep. Well, cool. Ben, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. A-okay. I don't know. Do we live in an idiocracy yet? Are we on that track?
It sure feels like it. That's the movie we watched this week. And I hadn't watched it since it came out in 2000s, since the aughts, way back then.
Almost 2 decades. Wow.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun to go through the things that this movie did accurately predict. YouTube, did it kind of predict YouTube?
Kind of, yeah. I saw that when they're like, ow, my balls.
Yeah.
And just endless clip of a guy getting kicked in the balls.
Baiting.
Yeah.
That was a little close to THX 1138 with the baiting chair. Just needed that little device to jerk them off.
It's the same concept. They totally ripped off George Lucas. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, this is... Did either of you guys see this in the theater when it came out?
No.
No, I don't think it was in the theater long enough for anybody to see it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I saw it in the theater either, although I saw it really quick when it came out. I mean, I made a point to see it.
Yeah, so did I.
On DVD, I think.
It was definitely a Netflix, mail DVD. That's how I saw it originally.
It still boggles my mind that used to be a thing. It might as well be like a horse and buggy. It feels so old. like shipping a little
red
plastic
envelope in
disc.
the mail. Yep.
Yep. So you could see a movie or a TV show. Yeah, I mean, I was a super huge Office Space fan, right? And I had seen, I liked Beavis and Butthead as a kid as well, and King of the Hill. So I thought I would love this, and I was thoroughly nonplussed when I saw it the first time. What do you guys recall from that, watching it first time?
I do think it was a drop off between my expectations from Office Space to Idiocracy. Yeah, there was some letdown.
I remember very much not liking it at all. Like, not thinking it was very creative or funny. Yeah. Or profound. I was just like, this is stupid. It's dumb. This is a dumb movie, is what I thought originally.
I see, this is a movie I wanted to like more than I did. And it makes some weird choices because it's a sci-fi movie and they have these big set pieces, which aren't strictly necessary, but they're in it. It feels like you could spend the time and the budget doing other things. I mean, I suppose that's a slightly different conversation, but I remember being like let down. Like, it sounded like it'd be really rife with like great stuff in it. And I didn't like it all that much either. I was disappointed. It was one of those ones I had to just like accept that it just wasn't. Not only was it not as good as I thought it was, I just didn't think it was particularly good at all.
I think the way our political discourse changed in the last, I don't know, what would you say, 10 years? Like since 2014 or since, mid-Obama presidency, changes the way this movie, the perception of it, I think.
Oh, yeah, especially like hating smart people, like, fuck you, experts. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, you fucking pussy. Yeah, that mentality's changed a lot. Although it doesn't change in a way that makes the movie more funny, necessarily. It just bums
honestly,
me out.
the only part that I found hysterically funny was the soldier guy with the pimp stuff, right? He's going through his pictures and he's like clearly becoming a pimp, and that he gets arrested for starting a prostitution ring. Like that cracked me up quite a bit.
I think the movie worked best for me when there was a lot of like criticism of capitalism, corporations. That was the time I had two really big laughs. It wasn't the general or whatever sergeant guy who ingratiates himself with the pimp. It was the stuff with Carl. There's a lot of Carl's Jr. jokes, which I didn't remember. And they had to have signed off on this, right? I mean, it's fascinating because they go after Carl's Jr. all the time.
I mean, one of their slogans like Carl's Jr., fuck you, or something like that.
Yes. Well, then there's a laugh with there's a woman at some like weird kiosk, and she's trying to like get an extra big ass fries, and when she's getting pissed off because she didn't get any fries, she just got an empty box, and she's speaking to an automated thing and can't like that automated kiosk. I mean, that's another thing I got right. I've had this problem. Some McDonald's have automated kiosks. I had a irritating situation at the drive-thru with kids where the order got all fucked up, but it was just that like it sprays her with like tranquilizer. It says, please come back when you can afford to make a purchase. Your kids are starving. Carl's Jr. believe no kids should go hungry. You are an unfit mother. Your children will be placed in the custody of Carl's Jr. Carl Jr., fuck you. I'm eating. That got me. And then the sad guy at the entrance to Costco made me think of Walmart greetings, where he's like a zombie and he has to embody this absurdity where he has to be welcoming and sound warm, but he's just welcome to Costco.
Although
I love you.
The Costco joke hasn't aged well, because now apparently Costco is the beacon of progressiveness in terms of corporate America. I don't know if you've been following that, but they refuse to raise prices. They refuse to remove their like DEI policies. They're paying their staff higher wages than most any of these other retailers. Like, in the end, Costco is kind of the anti Sam's Club. I mean, now granted, they are also a giant company and make billions of dollars. So you think like Costco, Starbucks, they signed off on these jokes?
I bet
it's just parody, so they got away with it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the hand jobs at Starbucks, lattes.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, Starbucks would okay that.
Well, right, but it's interesting how far you can go with parody, because And the movie didn't make any money, so I guess it didn't matter because almost nobody saw it. But I could see some like corporate person being really pissed off at this movie and wanting to sue, but if not being successful, I guess that would have made it more popular, I suppose. I don't know. But no, I like the Costco joke. I mean, politics aside, I don't think I'd maybe been in a Costco once or twice when I first saw this movie, but I've been to Costco quite a few times since becoming a parent. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, I go to Costco, there's good value, but I hate going to Costco because it's so massive and there's people everywhere and there's giant carts and getting around is just shitty. I hate the experience of it so much. So that it went after Costco, I was like, okay. And you can do, I don't think I would have understood just how much shit you could do at a Costco. I mean, they've got like a travel agency and optometry. I mean, they just have tires. Fucking yeah, like you can do so much of shit at a Costco. So like the idea that they do a law school isn't even really that much of a stretch. Like it could do just some like nighttime law course at Costco. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was something I appreciated more now than I did back then. But I think I shared, you said you laughed once. I laughed twice. I didn't laugh. There's a lot of times I thought were good jokes, but they didn't make me laugh. That happened a lot, whereas like I kind of appreciate the joke, but it didn't make me laugh. Like the ass movie that's just ass and it's just a butt for 90 minutes.
Side note. So he wakes up from being frozen for 100 years, right? And he's trying to figure out what's going on, where he is, and he decides to go to a movie. He sits in the movie theater for this ass movie in a crowded theater. Like, that's just ridiculous. I know it's just it's a montage and they're making a joke about how it won the Oscar for, like, best screenplay and all that. But, like, really, he's going to sit down in the movie theater when he's wandering this wasteland after being frozen for 100 years?
Yeah, where'd he get the money?
Where'd he get the money? Yeah, he didn't even have a scan at that point.
Yeah, but I think you're putting your finger in what I think is one of the problems of the movie is that it wants to do a satire, right, of where society is headed and what kind of behavior gets rewarded. But then the actual story is just like so dismissive and lacks any real tight structure. It's just
no effort. Yeah, put into making an actual plot.
Like, yeah, you would have had to make it a lot tight. I mean, this movie is so short too. It's an hour and 20 minutes. It's barely feature length.
It actually
I didn't have that
yeah.
problem, but I mean the plot is virtually non-existent. Stuff just sort of happens, and it's set up for a lot of jokes. But yeah, there's no structure. There's no emotional core, and there's nothing to relate to really. As part of the problem, I mean, I think of like Office Space. Even before I'd ever had an office job, you could relate to the protagonist, right? Was it Ron Livingston? You could understand in Spielberg's character there was like an actual. You had the characters, you created the ambiance and the atmosphere, and this just didn't happen. It was just so absurd from the get-go. And even that scene with the army guy, like, the premise was a joke to begin with. Like, this military guy is going to hang out with, and then he gets arrested, and then nobody's there to, I know. Like, it doesn't even take the setup seriously enough to make a story work. So, yeah, it just kind of just muddles around. Kind of like Luke Wilson in this movie. It just... No structure, I guess.
Yeah, so we have Luke Wilson. He's in hibernation for 500 years. Wakes up. He's all confused. Doesn't know what's going on. Doesn't realize that 500 years has passed. And he goofs around. So what do you guys think of Luke Wilson anyway?
He's always been kind of a mixed bag to me. I mean, I think Owen Wilson is definitely more talented and funny and a better actor. Like, Luke Wilson just seems like he just showed up and was like, okay, I guess I'll be in movies too. You know, he's great in Royal Tenenbaums. I mean, there are some times where it's like, this dude's like actually pretty good. But in this movie, it's like such a talentless white guy just walking around, you know.
That's literally his character. He is the most mediocre white man in all of existence, basically.
I mean, he's actually perfectly cast, I think, for that.
Right.
Yeah.
That is his personality. I mean, that's the on-screen personality he has. It's okay. that's how he is in Old School. Yeah, there's not a lot of there, right? Like he's just kind of a run of the mill dude, which can work, but it's not charisma and
Has
not
he
like a
been in
character
anything
actor.
recently?
Oh, I mean, probably something, but
I
don't
saw
think
him
he
in
ever
some
reached-
commercials.
I don't think he ever reached superstar status.
Oh, like
or
he's in
anything.
those Miller Lite commercials, right?
Oh, is that yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, he was in the Horizon movie, the Kevin Costner. That's right. The cowboy movie.
What did he play in a cowboy movie?
He was the leader of a caravan. They were, I think, like going from the Oregon Trail, and he was like the head guy on the trail.
Get out. That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, if you look through his IMDb, it's just yuck. He's in Bobblehead the movie. It's just
he gets like bit
bad.
parts in comedies for a while.
Yeah.
He does get to do. He's in Anchorman for a bit. He's like got some side roles, but yeah, it's nothing. That's all indie stuff. Yeah, I've never heard of Bobbleheads the movie. Okay, that sounds okay. He's in Zombieland too. Yeah, okay, he's in some stuff, but yeah, it's.
I don't
not,
even
not
remember
amazing.
him in Zombieland 2. Sort of forgettable guy.
Well, and that movie was pretty forgettable. I don't know if he was one of the like. There's a duplicate crew of like Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson's dynamic. There's another version with like Tom Middleditch, and I think Luke Wilson's the opposite character in that, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's the first one.
Not as good
better.
as the first one, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I watched it on an airplane once, and it was adequate to pass the time on an airplane. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not bringing a ton to the role. Yeah, I mean, you're not. He doesn't. I think that's what they were going for, but it doesn't work to make the movie more interesting. To make him just, I'll get a time machine.
Yeah, like if it's Will Ferrell, there's something there, right? There's some sort of comedy, some humor. He's gonna act crazy.
There's got to be something, something. It's just tough to make really deliberately a boring, mediocre dude like that. It isn't. Yeah, you need something more, and there needs to be an emotional core. But his whole personality is he just doesn't care about any. He's just going through the motions. Then he learns to make a difference at the end because he knows
when he becomes
plants
president.
need water. Yes.
Yeah.
First the Secretary of the Interior.
Well, in the movie, he's known as the smartest man in the world because he took an exam when he was going to prison.
Yeah, the world has gotten so dumb that he's now
Just
the
your
smartest man in existence.
Movie really
Average
missed the boat on AI, didn't it? Doesn't even mention AI once.
Maybe it had a Dune like AI war.
That's possible. They had to go back to not using technology. No one has a cell phone in the movie either,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. Yeah, it went more hard on consumerism and branding. I mean, I like the concept that like the government is sponsored by Carl's Jr. That's a funny concept. It's not super well executed, but I like it conceptually. So like Secretary of Defense sponsored by Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
White House becomes Trump Tower.
Sure.
Brando has bought the FCC and the FDA.
Yeah. But the premise is so absurd and cartoonish from the get-go that it ends up not having any weight. Plus, it's kind of doing something Basketball was doing a bit earlier anyway. The just making fun of branding, preparation H stadium, that kind of thing. So it's just tough because there's just not a real story. There's just not a story here. I guess that's the biggest problem. Is there's no actual story. There's an idea. There's a concept that's kind of funny. and there's a lot of directions you could take it, but they just don't really do much with it. And if they had a story, emotional beat that worked, I think the movie would work a lot better.
Yeah, the story is he's just trying to get back into the past, 500 years back into the past. He's trying to find a time machine. Ooh. Why he thinks there's a time machine, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Dax told him there was. Who, by the way, is incredibly terrible and annoying in this movie. Dax Shepard.
He's perfect for that role.
Is he, though? Oh, man, I found him excruciating.
As an annoying, dumb guy, I thought he fit the role.
Yeah, I think he hit the part. It's just that, yeah, he is playing somebody who's really stupid who says, I like money. I like sex. Like, okay, but everybody's like that, so then it doesn't matter. I mean, there's something to say, like, that's not a personality. Everybody likes money and sex. Like, that's not, but they don't, it's just ends up being a thoroughly repeated line that ends up not being funny. Like, we get it. We got it. There's got to be something else. Like, there needed to be.
He's surprised when other people like money and sex too.
Yeah, because he's so dumb. He thinks he's unique for liking I don't know. Like, there needed to be something like a team of underground scientists who were smart and just went underground. There needed to be something. I also just had trouble engaging the premise. Like, that society would have collapsed a long time ago.
Yeah, who's designing these cars and flying the planes?
Right. Who built those big monster trucks? Like, you have to have some sort of level of intelligence to build that.
You're smart enough to build it, but not smart enough to know that it's got to fit through a door that's so big. You're like, okay, that doesn't work.
Doesn't make sense.
And then it just ends up being a lot of dick jokes, right? We just get a ton of dick and sex jokes.
It would make more sense if it was like robots did all that and people just became stupid. More like, what's that?
WALL-E.
WALL-E, yes, there you go.
I thought about WALL-E a lot, which is 100 times better movie than this, I think. Yeah, I thought about that. But yeah, it'd be fine. Yeah, and then they're kind of implying that with, like, so Thomas Hayden Church, or second in a row, Thomas Hayden, he shows up as the CEO of Brondo. It's what plants crave.
It's what cows crave.
Like, he did they did the auto
layoffs.
Auto layoffs. So there's something automated happening, I guess, is how you would try to rationalize it. But stuff would break down in 500 years. Like, it wouldn't be built so effectively that it wouldn't break down. There's scenes where it's like, I like it. I needed more of that, where, like, he's just trying to explain, like, plants need water, and they're just repeating the marketing. Well, Brondo's got what plants crave, and they just keep repeating it.
Electrolytes.
And he's trying. Yes. Do you know what an electrolyte is? Well, it's what, and they get circular, and they can't function. They can't process. Like, that kind of energy is more of what I needed. Him, like, trying to engage with individuals and just seeing
Trump
the shitty logic.
Yeah, it's like the round logic where he won't accept what you tell him is true, even though it's true. I mean, that's his basic vibe.
Sure, but more of those kind of conversations instead of the weird, gigantic set pieces, which they boggle my mind. That, like, how much of the budget was the monster truck arena? A big chunk.
It must have been, yeah.
And the garbage sequence and some of these sets. I mean, I admire that it was trying something, but yeah, it's a movie that I guess ultimately frustrated me a lot a second time. There were some things I appreciated about it, but there was not enough comedy juice. Was not laughing enough, because it's also not. It's not like an Airplane where everything's absurd from the get-go.
Right.
And you're just
needed
like,
to be more Naked Gun parody kind of.
Yeah, or pick something like. Create an actual story. Give this guy a backstory. Is he sad that his parents died? That he's the only, like, give something. That he's just mystified by how dumb everybody is, and then your whole time like, I don't get how the society is existing at all. And are we saying, like, I kept thinking, like, were the Chinese this dumb? It seems like a uniquely American criticism, right? With, like, capitalism and consumerism. But
Good
China's
point.
also as dumb. They didn't take over, as all these blithering idiots are wandering around. I don't know. I'll shut up now.
Those are good points. I enjoyed Maya Rudolph. She looked great.
Yeah, boy, did she look great. I don't remember her being so smoking hot. Did I miss that Maya Rudolph era?
Probably. I mean, this was 20 years ago.
Is it pre SNL or is she already on SNL at that point?
Got to be around the same time. I want to say this was probably shot before she was on SNL, but probably not much. That'd be my guess. But I don't know. When did she join? Why don't I use my computer? Take that answer.
But her character too. So she's a prostitute, but basically the bit is the whole time Luke Wilson doesn't know that that's why she was there, or that she was a prostitute. And then she kind of floats in and out of the movie.
Oh, I was way wrong. She was at the very end of her SNL run.
Oh, really? Huh.
2000 to 2007. I was way off. So this is like her transitioning away from SNL.
Interesting.
Wow, 2000.
It says from 2000 to 2007, she was a cast member of the NBC sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live. That's wild. Okay. That's how off my barometer is. Yeah, she looks good in this. She does a good job. But yeah, he's like super ignorant of what she does and believes the art story. Like,
Upgrade is her manager and her boyfriend.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's a running gag, is that he just doesn't get it and thinks it's an actual boy. Like, yeah, those didn't land.
Yeah, I mean, clearly she's smarter than him. Wouldn't she have been the smartest person in the world?
Yeah, she didn't take the test, I think, is the big thing. Maybe she'd be better than him, but she just didn't get tested.
She got offered the job of CEO of Starbucks. That had to be one of the top 5 jobs in the world.
A gentleman's latte. It's like there's some throwaway gags that work.
Yeah, where all the stores had like a sex component to them.
Yes, a gentleman's audit. Yes.
Yeah, the tax services. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Sure. Yeah, and they like, is she doing it? Is she putting out for you, sir? We're wondering if we could do it family style. Like, there's some bits that work. And he's made fun of for using any big words ever. I don't know.
But it's an inherent problem with the movie, because then everybody has to be stupid and like talk stupid and act stupid. So it's just one of those things, like, oh, that's kind of a funny thing, but then when we start living it, we're like, all right, I've had enough of the stupid people being stupid.
Yeah, and every character's the same. There's no real distinguishing them. They have no personality. They all talk the same. And
Terry Crews was the only one that was like not annoyingly dumb. I mean, he was funny and crazy and wild, but he wasn't like annoyingly stupid. I guess that's why he was the president.
Sure.
Macho, what was his name? President Macho Camacho?
Mountain Dew, something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah, it boggled the mind. When he's in the Monday night rehabilitation, like, there's the guy that calls out that has the flamethrower or whatever it is, and he literally loses Luke Wilson behind some rubble, and he's confused and doesn't know. It's just
Beef Supreme.
Like, he doesn't. Yeah, well, yeah, he doesn't even have like the basic animal instincts of like tracking somebody's body movements.
I thought he was.
Yeah,
doing
he's
it
like
for,
over here. They're like, no, he's over here.
I thought he was
actually
doing
confused.
Play it up. Play it up with the crowd. Get the crowd going into it.
Oh, maybe.
But that's Luke Wilson's older brother, Andrew Wilson, I think.
It's the other Wilson, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Well, good for him.
It's a family affair. They
I
just
wonder what
needed
Wes
Owen.
Anderson thought of this movie.
We get a lot of Mike Judge's like favorites in it. I mean, we get the guy that's Milton. We get the guy that does the O face in Office
really?
Space. Get this Maddie, the guy that's Michael Bolton in Office Space is in it. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the secretary of something.
Horatio Sands is in it for a few scenes.
He is?
Yeah,
he's one of the cabinet members.
secretaries.
Oh, I didn't realize that was Horatio Sands.
I say Carl
Justin
Jr., 'cause
Long
every time
shows
they say
up
it, they
for
pay me.
as the doctor. But I had a couple of other criticisms. So there's the scene where we learn about the couple that's trying to have a kid or doesn't want to have a kid, and then there's the guy that just
Cletus
bangs
or something.
constantly. Yeah, is like, are they trying to say because the like beta male like didn't have kids, that's why things went to shit? Like,
Yes. Dumb people just didn't think about how much money or when the time was right. They just boned and had a lot of kids, whereas wealthier, more affluent, intelligent people were like, I'm going to decide when to do it. It's a big commitment. I want to make sure everything's right. And then they could just get out reproduced. Yes, that's what they were saying.
so basically blaming beta males for the fall of our society, which is kind of lines up with the way the right wing people kind of criticize. I mean, it does kind of match, right? That's what I'm saying. Is this movie like secretly saying like the right wing policies and the right wing attitudes is I mean, I know it's criticizing some of that, but like that the opposite view is to blame for the fall of our society. That progressives and are the reason our society is going to fall apart.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. I thought that might spur a little discussion, but apparently not.
I
Just maybe.
I was looking at Kevin. I was like, I'm just trying to think. It could be, but I don't know that it's blaming them. I guess to go out and bone more, but I don't know.
I thought it was all Cleveland's fault for having all this unprotected sex.
And then science rewarding consumerism and capitalism, like they used all their resources to keep those idiots alive who could keep reproducing. So instead of getting thinned out by their own stupidity, like the Cletus guy's son loses his balls or whatever happens. I don't remember. He has some accident. He's in the hospital.
But, like, isn't Trump going on this whole thing about people need to have more kids, right? I mean, isn't that part of like the right
Elon
wing?
Musk too. He's
right.
talking about societal collapse because we don't have enough kids.
But that's overall numbers. Idiocracy posits that the total human population grows. It's just the dumb people out reproduce the smart people. And they're kept alive by the smart people because that's where the money is. But yeah, that's a worry some people have that we're just not having enough kids. I don't know.
I just wonder if like at some point there's the Venn diagram of like right wing beliefs and idiocracy. Like somewhere in the middle. Is that where we're at? They also use the word retard a lot in this movie, which I don't think aged super great.
And the word fag, yep.
There's a lot of homophobic jokes too. Yeah. But and then is that more of a criticism of these dumb people that they would act that way? Yeah.
Yeah, he's mocking the way they talk, and they get irritated when they don't understand or anything that's like slightly eloquent. Like when Luke Wilson first goes to talk to people, like he can understand them, but then they can't understand him and they mock him for being effeminate.
My point is like I think this movie would be maybe more relevant or like on point if it actually got political, because it's sort of apolitical. I mean, it doesn't talk about politics really at all, except just people are stupid. You know what I mean?
Sure. I think there's something there. It's plays it
It's
a
kind
little
of
safe.
like the Adam McKay movie. What was the Netflix one with the
Don't Look Up.
asteroid? Yeah, where it's like it doesn't actually. I mean, it does it without saying it, but I think that would have been better if it just like went after what it was trying to go after. You know?
Yeah, I thought about that movie a lot with this new because Don't Look Up didn't really work either.
No.
And that was a movie that was like so well cast, at least on paper, and it just didn't work. It somehow added up. It was way less than the sum of its parts. It was bizarre. I thought about this, but this movie isn't as immaculately cast, and that movie has at least a better script, but it still didn't work. Yeah, I don't know.
But this movie, as like in 2025, people are start using that term. How many times a year are we living in idiocracy? Like that, it just when something stupid happens with our government, that seems to be a reference, which I guess is its lasting, legacy of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's titled.
That's why you picked it, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Because we're living in idiocracy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Kennedy as the health secretary, like, get rid of vaccines and take vitamin A, like, that's just fucking idiotic, right? It's just absolutely insane. But that would fit right away in this movie. Like, next Kennedy's going to say, like, drink Gatorade. Gatorade will cure all of you. It'll cure measles. Has electrolytes.
He already did the thing with Steak and Shake and like the beef tallow. Did you ever catch wind of that?
Mm-mm.
He doesn't like seed oils or vegetable oils or whatever fries are currently cooked in.
Right.
And it used to be that McDonald's would cook their fries in beef tallow until like the 80s or early 90s. At some point they stopped. And his whole thing is it's better for you. And it's also more masculine because it's not veggies, it's beef. And they switched to beef tallow and they did like a PR thing with Mr. Kennedy. It's like eating some beef tallow fries. Yeah.
Isn't that going to like destroy Iowa's commerce though? Because if they stop using corn oil, like isn't it a huge part of Iowa's industries built on corn? And
well, most of the corn that Iowa grows is given to animals to eat. So, but maybe it still could. A lot of it is, but most of the flat corn is just
corn syrup
shoved in cows and pigs' mouths for food, mostly.
To fatten
so it's
them
ultimately, yeah, yep. But I mean, there's a lot of anxiety about farmers and soybeans and tariffs and losing access to the Chinese market and a whole bunch of other stuff. So there's plenty of risk for Iowa farmers, but I don't know if that's it or not. But yeah, it could be. But anyway, yeah. So he's already done some of that stuff with fast food. Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
What a nightmare. Yeah, experts. It's the hating the experts that was the bummer thing. Like anybody who studies stuff, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. Fuck you, Fauci. You lying scum. Rot in hell. Like, okay. What do? You don't do anything. Yeah, the social media thing they don't get because we're more bipartisan. Yeah, everybody's just like uniquely dumb in this movie.
Right.
We don't talk about how people get like force-fed confirmation bias and this other stuff doesn't happen in it. But yeah, it's just like it's an idea that maybe really is not fit for more than like a 40-minute TV episode, I think. Or they need to like actually have a story underneath it all. But as it is, it's like, here's this concept. Let's stretch it out to get it to feature length.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. Like,
you're right. They could have had way more like dialogue and conversations about what's happening instead of these big giant like shots of buildings falling over in the background. And I mean, didn't need any of that. I don't think that added anything to the movie.
No, it really didn't. Like, it's bizarre. Like, I got it. I'll
highways and yeah.
Yeah, I'll suspend my disbelief for you. That's fine. Do something with this idea. Like, I get it. infrastructure's crumbling because there aren't any nerds to take care of it. Okay. Let's do something. No. A lot of dick jokes, mostly. Yeah.
Ben just mimed the finger.
Yeah,
and the
it's
whole
an audio medium, Ben. Nobody could hear what
That
you
was just for
did.
you guys. That was an in-joke for just us. And now you're sharing it with tens of people. How embarrassing.
How dare I?
So
Yeah, I
what
don't
else has Mike Judge done? I know it's mostly TV, right?
So after this movie, I watched his next movie, and it's called Extract, and then that movie is even worse. So I can see why he hasn't directed a movie since 2009.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Maybe he's a TV
he did
guy.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
I really like Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yep.
Extract. Does that have Jason Bateman in it?
Yeah.
I think I've seen parts of that. Yes, I have. Yep.
Yeah, who's
That's
the
like
lady
a
in it?
rom-com, isn't it?
Kristen Wiig's in it. He's married to Kristen Wiig. I had high hopes for that movie, but it turned out to be pretty awful.
Is that what is the plot of Extract? I want to know if it's what I'm thinking. What happens in this movie?
Well, a guy owns a factory, extract factory. That's the Bateman character.
Okay.
And he wants to cheat on his wife with this employee of his. So he hires
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, he wants to cheat with Mila Kunis. So he hires a gigolo to cheat with his wife, Kristen Wiig.
And it's Ben Affleck, apparently?
Yeah. Well, Ben Affleck is like his buddy.
Oh. Oh, he own a bar or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds pretty stupid. I don't know, maybe he's just a guy better fit for TV. I mean, I like King of the Hill a lot. I think King of the Hill is great. I like Silicon Valley a lot. I like Beavis and Butthead. I think he did like a revival of that. So he's got some stuff. And Office Space is almost a perfect movie. But yeah, this is not a perfect movie. Yeah, I don't know if he just thought it was just really funny in his head, and filming it was really fun. I don't know. Nothing you've said has made me have any interest in seeing Extract, so I don't think I will.
Yeah, don't.
Unless you pick it for the pod. But I don't know. This is a 1.5 for me.
Whoa, that's a low score.
I want to like it so bad. I really do. And I laughed twice, which is almost enough to raise it up to like a 2. But it really frustrated me. And then I already start forgetting about it. The second I walk away from it, it just starts to just escape from my mind because there's just nothing there really to sink your teeth into. So it frustrated me.
It's funny to think our podcast now is almost as long as the movie was.
Yeah.
How about you, Kevin?
Yeah, we should have just watched the movie and talked about it while we're watching it. Well, I think I liked it more than you guys did. I'd give it a 3 stars. Maya Rudolph's smoking hot. There was some.
I was just surprised. I was like, "Whoa! I don't remember her looking this good."
Yeah,
pleasant surprise.
I like sex.
So yeah,
I like hot chicks.
I like that. There were some moments that were funny. The family style I thought was really funny.
Did you laugh though? I mean, how many times did you laugh out loud while watching this?
I did not laugh out loud once, but there was times when I thought, "Oh, that's a good one."
I could see someone laughing at that.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing, but
Somebody's probably seen that and laughed.
I enjoyed all the Carl's Jr. jokes. Even
Have
though
you ever had a Carl's Jr.? I've never been. Is it?
It's Hardee's.
Like a West Coast thing?
They call it Carl's Jr. when you go to the West Coast. It's
Why?
Hardee's.
Why don't?
I don't know. It's the same thing. Same menu, same items. The star is the same as the Hardee's star. I don't know why it's called Carl's Jr. when you go west, but it is.
Man, I can't remember last time I had Hardee's either.
Yeah.
Probably been 20 years.
Fair enough.
We should all go have Hardee's together.
I used to love Monster Burgers. That was absolutely a thing I used to eat regularly.
Oof.
They had the Frisco burgers too, the patty melts. Yeah.
Yep.
Carl's Jr. has all those raunchy ads.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like a sexy lady eating a burger with like sauce and cheese oozing out of it. Yeah, that's right.
What a world.
Eric, what do you think?
Oh, sorry. Wait, not me. I'm at a 2.5. I did laugh. The whole pimp thing just made me all the pictures, and then he kept going through slide after slide after slide, and it kept getting worse and worse. And he had all the background on the pimp culture. That made me actually laugh out loud.
That got to you. Good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it at first when they're like, just get past this. We don't need to hear this.
It's like, Jesus.
Kept clicking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this slide projector is so ancient. This technology of an old school set of Oh my God. This is archaic. This is like a fucking butter churn. Jesus. It's old.
Well, it could have been a PowerPoint. I mean,
It wasn't, but yeah, that's fine. Yes, it could have been a PowerPoint. It's literally just an old. Oh my God. Holy shit, that's old.
Well, I had that in college. That was.
My parents had one
when
they would go on a trip. They'd get them printed out on the little slides and pull out the projector screen and look through our vacation photos with those things.
Sweet.
I
thought that was a cliche that didn't happen anymore. I'm glad you got to experience that.
It got all hot because the projector thing was the bulb was in it.
Yeah, I remember it from elementary school. It was probably the last time I really encountered it in my shitty little small town Iowa school. Probably it. Okay. I mean, maybe this is a 2. Maybe I'm being too mean, but the more we talked about it, the more frustrated I got with the movie. It's just, I want to like it more. It really frustrated me.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's one that I wanted to like a lot, but didn't quite get there.
Yeah, it's tough. And it's not fair to compare it to Office Space, but you're still like, how you make a movie so incredible as Office Space, and this is not nearly so incredible.
One reason might be that Ethan Coen, the writer of Brothers, was his co-screenplay writer on this one.
Oh.
He's come up before, right? Haven't we seen the name Ethan Coen?
Yeah, Brothers.
Oh, right. Shitty... Yes.
Oh, man. And that's it. This is somebody who's just not getting story, not getting structure. I mean, this movie doesn't even really have a 3-act structure. It's like nothing.
Yeah, it's a very, very similar, like, just get through it kind of movie. Or like Brothers is like, let's just do what we can.
There's a few jokes,
finish it.
A few absurd sequences. We got to crank this out. Yeah, it's
some really stupid dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. Okay, I didn't even know that. Now I feel justified because that's a two big misses. Those are 2 really bad scripts, Brothers, and I think this one even too.
Honestly, I think people think he's one of the Coen brothers, and they're just like, let's hire this guy.
That's funny if that's the case.
He's from Harvard, so I think Harvard guys get a good pass.
Ugh.
Still getting work. Dude's been working in Hollywood for 20 years now.
So that's not what you know, it's who you know, I guess. Oof. Okay, well, let's talk what we're talking next week.
Yeah, sorry guys. I was hoping
No.
Idiocracy would.
We're living in Idiocracy. It was absolutely
No, it makes sense.
choice.
You don't need to apologize. It's I'm glad to rewatch it, and there's some stuff there, but it mostly remembered why it frustrated me so much. No, it's all good, man. 1998. We're gonna hop back 8 years. 1998, and let's see here. I'll throw a producer. Danny DeVito has a producer credit on this movie. Does that help? Let's see if this helps.
Well, I know he produced Pulp Fiction, but
Okay. It isn't Pulp Fiction. Let me sure you know that.
Jackie
4
Brown.
years. Not Jackie Brown. Oh, that's not a bad guess though.
Death to Smoochie?
It's not Death to Smoochie. No, I don't think I need to hear Eric rant about how much he hates this unfunny, shitty movie that is dumb and bad. No, it's not Death to Smoochie. Here, I'll give you this. Nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Film Editing. Didn't win, but it was nominated for both those awards. So, if that helps, gives it a little more credit. Yeah, gives it a little more credit. And I'll tell you what it's adapted from maybe for the next clue. That'll probably narrow it down considerably. But yes, adapted. Here, I'll just the person it's adapted from. It's from an Elmore Leonard novel, 1996.
Out of Sight.
Yep, there you go. That's what we're watching. It's on Amazon Prime. I've never seen it. Seems like Prime Soderbergh. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah, he has a new movie that just came out that kind of came and went.
It was a weird artsy thing. I think he probably hated Eric.
No, it's like a spy
Black
heist
Bag?
movie. Yeah.
Something like that. I watched
he also has a paranormal movie too about a ghost in a house.
Oh, right. Yes.
With Lucy Liu.
Did we talk about that? No?
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, it's a big blind spot for me. It looks really fun. I think I'd really like it. He's right. He's in his peak.
Yeah. George Clooney.
Yeah, the cast looks pretty stupendous. I'm looking at like Viola Davis in a small role.
Have neither of you seen it?
I've never seen it, no.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
I remember trying to read the book. I spent the summer trying to get through it, but I never finished it.
Oh, you don't like Elmore Leonard books?
I'm just not very literary, I guess.
Well, good. I'm pretty sure you like this, right, Eric? This isn't going to be a chore for you to watch.
I've read probably 6 Elmore Leonard books. I have never read this one, but I've tried to read all the ones that like weren't movies, or at least like weren't movies I've seen.
Well, so you've seen this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I own it.
All right.
On digital.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it's streaming on Prime, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.
A galaxy far away.
Come back when you have more than $0 to buy for food.